Hello, welcome to Untapped Libraries, the podcast where we talk to interesting people about their favorite Magic decks. We're part of the Podcavern Network. I'm Neil, and with me is legendary human, Vinny, Primal Storm.
That's right. I probably have some ETB effect where I draw a bunch of cards and discard a bunch of cards and then generate some tokens of some kind.
If you were a Magic card?
If I was a Magic card, that's what I would think I would do.
The title I gave you here was from Itali Primal Storm, which
I see.
I don't think really is you.
Not really I don't feel like a primal storm.
No.
I feel more like a cold and calculating storm. Like a quiet cloud that sneaks in and then lightning bolts your butt. Specifically your butt.
Okay, fair enough.
But I think it's, and you've called me this in the past. I identify as I would be blue-red somehow.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Maybe with a bit of white. I mean, everyone has more than everyone has a bit of all the colors.
Yeah, sure.
I identify as Selesnya.
Right, but I've told you. I think you're more. I think you have aspects of Mardu in you.
So you think I have no green and I have black? I do have red.
You do have some chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very quiet chaos.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe Boros. Maybe more Boros than Mardu.
Huh.
I think you aspire to be green, but your natural instinct is to be red. Whereas we both agree that you have this white tendency.
I mean, I aspire to be accepting, but maybe that's the thing that I lack from green that
Right,
I think I have,
right.
but I don't have.
Interesting. I think of green as more like, I guess, creature combat-y, and I don't really see that part of you.
I do like going to the woods and spending time and chopping
the
wood.
Nature aspect.
And just sort of being.
Okay, I can see that.
So maybe it's a bit of aspirational.
Yeah.
White is definitely the first color.
Maybe you're red, white, green.
My dog is definitely Rakdos.
Yes.
Maybe Mardu. There's a little bit of like civilization in him.
Okay. No, I think he's just straight. I think he might be just mono red. Because he's like chaos. He's unpredictable. He's uncontrollable.
Just this week, actually. So I don't want to. I feel like I could do a story about my dog every single episode.
Yes, and we will.
I think it might make a good segment. A week ago, I was at a coffee shop.
Right.
And it had these really high counters. So my dog is a food thief. I actually have described him as the Michael Jordan of food stealing. Where
he could jump from the foul line and take food out of your hand.
He is so good at it. He waits, he's patient, he picks his moment, and he will get you.
Right.
And I've been in this escalating war with him where I wise up to some of his plans. He gets a little bit smarter. He tries new things.
And he's not like a small dog. He's a Bernese dog.
Yeah,
he's like a giant. He's like a size of like an adult almost.
He's about 100 pounds. He's maybe 95. So I'm at this coffee shop and they love him there. They give him treats. My dog is adorable. And
he is adorable.
While they were like packing up the treats, he made this move that I've never seen him do before, which is he tried to physically jump onto the counter. I think his mission was to get all of the treats in the little treat area.
Like the counter, like it was like a regular store counter height. I'm picturing.
Like taller than a table.
Wow.
So he tries for it, and very ambitious. I had to basically tackle him off. He fell on my knee, and I've been limping.
Wow.
For a week. He got nothing in the end, but he went for it.
He reached for the stars. And I'm picturing as he leapt up, his tongue hanging out like Michael Jordan.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. Yes, that's a parallel I didn't see.
Maybe he's more like Michael Jordan than we thought.
Yeah, he's not bald though. He has an incredible amount of hair.
Right, yeah. But also he plays minor league baseball.
Yes, sure. So I'm really excited about this episode.
Yeah, me too. We have a great guest today.
Yeah, so we have Hummingbird Alters, who paints cards, which is something that I do too.
Yep.
I'm really looking forward to seeing it. Oh, it was a pre-release weekend.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, we should talk about that really quickly.
Yeah. We had to re-record the opening, so I forgot that we didn't actually in this recording.
We could talk about it really quickly since we talked about it in the part where I forgot to hit record.
I thought the set was great.
Yes.
Is it too early to say it's the best set since Aetherdrift?
Is the best set since Aetherdrift. I think we can agree it's the best set since Aetherdrift. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. It's might be the best set since Bloomburrow.
I like the Scary House one.
Oh yeah, Scary
Duskmourn.
House. No, I'm gonna call it Scary House one from
Scary
now on.
House.
Yeah, Scary House was fine, but horror's never been my thing. So that one's not my bag, I would say. But Bloomburrow very much was I'm very much like I came up in old school Magic, like around Revised, and goblins, dragons, all that vampire stuff that speaks to me. So dragons, a whole set on dragons, sign me up.
Do you run a lot of dragons in your decks?
I have a Merm the Worm deck that I love. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing it, but that's how I'm always going to pronounce it. Merm the Worm.
That sounds good. I'm always terrified of that deck, and then it's not
that bad.
It's not that bad.
It's so expensive. That's the thing. Like,
yeah.
It's like, oh, you kill my dragon. All right, now I made one more dragon. I'm not doing any crazy combos with it. I just like playing dragons, and then Merm lets me play 2 dragons, so why not?
I went through all my decks. I play a single dragon in all of my dozen commander decks. I play Dragonhawk in my mono red deck.
Ooh, Dragonhawk is fun.
And I actually thought it was a bird at first.
Well,
I think of it a bird first.
It's a bird dragon, right?
Yeah, it's a bird dragon.
Yeah. And we did the pre-release.
Yep.
And that was fine. I did 2. I ended up doing 2 because I went one with you and one with my son because neither of you were available at the same time. And I had a good time at both of them.
I had a good time. I think the highlight for me was my opponent scooped and then said...
Immediately?
Well, we played a game.
Okay.
He said, "Oh, you're just going to kill me next turn. This is all I have in my hand." I scoop. And I looked at the card in his hand, and I was like, that card kills me right now.
Oh,
you just play it on your first main
just
phase.
Didn't know, eh?
And I'm dead. And he read it and was like, oh, you're right.
Oh, nice. That's what I love about a pre-release. It's not meant to be cutthroat.
He was like, oh, thank you for being honest. I literally thought I was just dead on board, and I wasn't. And so he got the win.
Nice. What was the card? Do you remember?
No, I could find it. It was a black-white card that gave a boost to a creature whenever it attacked.
Okay.
And it was enough to basically give one of his attackers extra damage and kill me.
I'm going to call it Orzhov Boost.
Yeah, I think that's what it was called.
This is the theme. We're just going to call names.
They used Orzhov in Tarkir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Orzhov Boost. We haven't really explained what this podcast is about yet for people who haven't been listening before. Maybe we should do that. Basically, every episode we bring a guest on who has a deck that they love, something that they have a cool relationship with. There's something interesting about it. And this episode is no exception. We have another great guest joining us today with a deck that is rather unique, I think.
I'm so excited to see what it's all about.
Yeah.
Should we...
yeah, let's bring them on.
Yeah, this is Steven from Hummingbird Altars.
Hey, how are you guys?
Hey, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I'm really excited for this deck. Can we give a little intro? What is this deck all about?
Yeah, so I named this deck The Apparatus. It is Thrasios Ardenn. So if it's definitely bracket 5, full-on cEDH tournament ready, trying to win within that 80, let's say 70 minutes of being able to play. So this is definitely a go fast, play all the best cards deck.
Amazing.
It is green, blue, and white. So I am trying to make a ton of mana with Gaia's Cradle, mostly.
Mm-hmm.
And then I am running that through Thrasios to make a whole ton of mana, draw it through my deck, and then win. What makes this deck very unique is that I am running Ardenn as the partner, which is not ever ran. If you look on EDHtop16.com, which is a big cEDH database, I am the only person on there running these 2 commanders and doing anything in any tournament.
Nice.
And even in any Discord, I'm always the only one playing Ardenn as a partner, but it works really, really well.
Amazing.
And people just don't give it a shot. And I'm here to show off how well it can work and how beautiful this deck is, because I have altered a great number of these cards, and I'm altering even more. So this deck is very hand-painted throughout the entire 100.
That's awesome.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, because like we love altered cards, and definitely when we were looking at people who alter their cards, you came up on our feeds a lot, and it was great.
Thank you. I try to be prolific on the internet.
I appreciate that. One of the things we should do really quick is just for people who don't know who these commanders are, I'll just read them out real quick. Thrasios, Triton Hero, blue-green, legendary creature, Merfolk Wizard. He's a 1/3, but has the ability where you pay... Well, it's hard to read. Is that a 4? No, a 1? 4. Scry 1, then reveal the top card of your library. If it's a land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped. Otherwise, draw a card, which is great. And then Ardenn, Intrepid Archaeologist. 2 and a white, legendary creature, Core Scout. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may attach any number of auras and equipment you control to target permanent or player. And he's a 2/2, and they both have partner, obviously.
So I think in cEDH, we would more often see Tymna as the co-commander here. Am I right?
Exactly. There's 2 camps that I watch. I'm in both of their discords lurking. It is Thrasios and Tymna, and Thrasios and Rograk.
Yeah.
I'm trying to blend both of those decks together to make a very, very powerful Bant version of it, because I don't want to do 4-color and I don't want to be in red. No offense to red.
That's totally fair. So one thing I'd like us to start with, I find that whenever we talk about a combo deck, it's nice to know the winning line at the beginning, and then all the other cards will make more sense. So can you walk us through, I know you touched on it briefly, but can we just walk through what the main combo is?
Yeah, what are you looking to have unfold?
Of course. So I am very reliant on Gaia's Cradle. If when we go through the deck, you'll see that I have a million ways to do Gaia's Cradle things, which is very nice to make some mana. But to make infinite mana, I have many, many ways of untapping Gaia's Cradle infinite times. Eternal Witness plus Snap is a great one, as long as Gaia's Cradle is making 6. Once Gaia's Cradle is making 6, which is easy to do in this, I am going to snap anything, untap, play Eternal Witness. Eternal Witness takes Snap back to my hand.
Yeah.
Play Snap again, untap Gaia's Cradle and another card, bouncing Eternal Witness. And I do that infinite times until I have infinite green mana.
And then so this is where Thrasios comes in. You can pay that Thrasios cost infinite times, draw your entire deck, and then you just win.
Once I have infinite mana, Thrasios will go in. There's a very easy way to win if you're in your main phase 1 of Finale of Devastation.
Ooh.
So I'm going to start going through how weird my cards are.
Yeah. So because we're a podcast, you may not be seeing because we're in Zoom and we get a front row seat on all the cards that are being shown to us. And the Finale of Devastation you just pulled out is pretty unique.
It's a miscut where we can see the edge of the printing sheet. We can see the neighboring card. I don't know if you know what that neighboring card is.
This is the top of the sheet, and this is, I do not know 100% which one this is. I think it's like a Mobilize or some gold card with red in it.
Yeah, it looks like a gold card. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we will try our best to talk about this. We will make a video or pictures available in some way, because it's too awesome.
We wouldn't want to bring someone who alters their cards and then not have a place for people to see what we're talking about.
Yeah, the snap. So the commanders are altered. Gaia's Cradle is signed. The snap is heavily altered and looks awesome as well.
Right. So when you're making infinite mana, if you put it into Finale of Devastation, which I will go over, I mean, if we're not doing a big video, I'll go over it kind of briefly what everything is doing.
Yeah, briefly is good.
Like.
Yeah, briefly is, but like no detail is too small. I love going through these little things.
Okay. So when you have a card that's foil and miscut like this, I actually cut this out of a uncut sheet. Myself. So it's called non-factory cut. So I cut this and misprinted it myself because I had a full sheet. So it's the top of the sheet up here, which is really cool. You can see it says Curve Wizards _ as the time it was printed. Real weird stuff.
Wait. So you got a full uncut sheet and then you intentionally miscut the card?
Yeah, I got 3 uncut sheets of this. So.
Okay. Wow.
I've been into making weird magic cards for a very, very long time. This got me through the pandemic. I made a lot of money off of these.
No kidding.
Do you also have other cards that you cut from the same sheet?
I don't think there's any of this sheet that I'm using. For this deck, I'm trying to do a lot of altered cards with using acrylic paints onto actual near mint magic cards. When I have the weird version, I always try to go with it. But for this, the theme is going to be altering my cards like I did this snap.
Mm-hmm. And that snap is gorgeous, like a huge frame breaks with that figure showing.
The frame is shattering into pieces. It's really cool. So you did that one yourself. You did snap yourself.
Yes. So I believe all the altars except for the Thrasios and Ardenn are all going to be painted by me by my two hands. These are all done with real paint, very tiny brushes. This deck is very special to me, and my girlfriend found my favorite altarist, because every artist has their favorite favorite artist. So my favorite artist is MIB, and he's from Italy. So she got my two altered by him. So my commanders are done by my favorite altarist, and then all the rest in this deck are done by me.
I was going to say I paint cards, but I feel like that's an insult to MIB because my painting is nowhere near the level that
you're pretty good, Neil. You're pretty good.
I look at the hair on Ardenn and the gills on Thrasios.
There's just tiny little fish all throughout the Thrasios and like little bubbles and stuff. It's crazy.
It's perfect. Like it looks perfect.
Yeah, I sent you, and I will send you guys a million scans. I'm actually starting a primer for this deck. I'm going to put all the scans in the primer.
Oh, very cool.
So you can see everything that's altered. But yeah, I sent you the alters or the scans of these, or a good picture, and it's unbelievable. And it's all on etched foils too, so it's still like foily in there.
It's unreal.
He's on another level. He's been my favorite forever. You can love the Eric Klugs of the world, but MIB is just, I feel like, miles apart.
There's just so much character in it. Like I do Klug, for those who don't know, incredibly technically skilled. Like they look like photos, but these have a lot of character. Like they're drawn, like they're art. They're they're not. I don't know. I don't want to say something that puts down Klug, because Klug's incredible.
But what's great is that you can tell that who did it. Like you know who altered these.
Yeah, and Klug has paved the way for so many altarists. I mean, I remember when his Steam vents went for $1,000, and that was the entire altered art universe. It was like, holy shit, we're selling real art now. Like that's really. I'm sorry, can I swear on this?
Yes, you totally can.
Yeah.
We all rejoiced.
We might bleep you. Sorry, we might bleep you.
No, but we all rejoiced. We're like, good for you. You made us legitimate.
Right.
And I mean, getting $1,000 for a 2.5 by 3.5 piece of art. I'm a classic artist too. I have an art show next week, but it's $1,000 is really good for the tiniest painting that I will ever do.
Right.
So can I ask, working with MIB, how exactly did it work? Did you tell him exactly what you want, or do you just send him the cards and you get whatever you get back?
So I do know Klug, because he's so prolific and in demand, he picks and chooses what project he has. You say, hey, I want a Damnation. He goes, I'll paint whatever the heck I want on it, and this is the price. Or no, I don't want to do that.
Right.
For MIB, again, it was a gift, so I know it was just a lot of emails back and forth. Hey, we want these two. And I said, hey, I want them on etched foils because my girlfriend couldn't keep the secret from me too long. So before he got to them, while we were on the commission list, she put down a deposit, and I said I would like them on etched foils because I think they look really cool. And he agreed, and a couple months later, they're in the mail and literally got to me the day before I went into a tournament with this deck. So it was just serendipitous and perfect.
And this was very recent too, because I know that when we contacted you to do this show, you did not have them back yet.
Not yet, but we put our faith in the USPS, and
it came through.
I love the USPS for what they do right. So they got it to us.
Well, they're gorgeous.
They're gorgeous. So I think we should move on. I did have one other question, which was the Gaia's Cradle is signed by someone.
Oh, yeah. So again, everything I have is very special and weird. So the Gaia's Cradle, I I am going to alter my own Gaia's Cradle. I just got a very
Ooh.
HP version.
Mm-hmm.
This one is a proxy, and it's signed by Comedian. I don't know if you know Ian.
Yep.
He's a very big cEDH guy.
Yeah,
he signed that, and then
he's my favorite talker about cEDH.
he's passionate.
I'm working on a Plagon deck inspired by him right now.
Yeah, he was the first guy to ever win with Rogsai. Like, he's really good.
I think he was also the first Winota cEDH player.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's good, and he brings something different every time. That's what makes you a good Magic player.
Mm-hmm.
But it's by Ian and King Lou, who is, just hilarious guy on TikTok that does a lot of Magic content.
Love it.
So how much of this deck is proxied? Just curiosity.
Very little. I heard you guys talk about the voice of victory.
Yeah.
That one's on its way to me,
Mhm.
and anything else that's proxied is out to be signed by the artist. Also,
Okay.
Nice.
so normally it's real, but those things, some of them take my day row stuff is taking like 2 years now to come back.
Right,
So,
right. Yeah, sometimes it can
the
be.
passion project. So sometimes you got to work with paper instead of the real thing.
It's pretty cool.
Thank you. Do you guys want me to go through more stuff?
Yeah,
on
what
the
are some
deck?
of the highlights of
I
this
could talk
deck?
about this all night.
No, I know. But yeah, what are some of your top cards that you're like, oh man, I love this card. This has a story.
I really love the fact that it's Ardenn, and actually my big question is, what does Ardenn do?
Yeah, why is Ardenn in here? Let's go to that. There's a lot of directions this conversation could go for sure.
Because there's not a lot of equipment in this deck from the list that I saw.
Right. All right. I did kind of separate things a little bit into what I could talk about, because I do have like the combos close by. Like I have a lot of stuff.
Well, maybe you can lead us through then. We can just go along for the ride.
I'll take you through the combo so we can finish up that point, and then I can do the Ardenn, and then
let's do it.
I have it all like kind of
Great.
blocked out nicely.
Go for it.
All right, cool. Going to full deck tech mode. All right. So another, because you brought up Tymna. Tymna is very good and made this combo kind of popular, and I have it in this deck as well, but fully altered.
Ooh.
So if you get Devoted Druid, there's a 0/2 elf that taps for green mana. You can put a -1/-1 counter on it to untap. If you use Swift Reconfiguration for 1 white mana to turn into a vehicle, you can then put as many -1/-1 counters on it that you want. It makes infinite green mana.
Yeah, just don't crew it.
Or if you say it one more time,
just don't crew it, or it'll die instantly.
Yes, exactly. Or if you play Machine God's Effigy as a copy of Devoted Druid, it becomes a copy of any creature, but it's not a creature, and it now taps for blue. So now you can make infinite green and blue, and again filter that through Thrasios.
Amazing.
And those are all altered by me. I still have the break and everything. And then this Swift Reconfiguration, I love the art style where it's like graffiti.
Yeah.
Really fun. And then Devoted Druid is just classic Magic art. I have more combos. I really love Obero Breezecaller, and Rebecca Gay is one of my favorite artists.
Incredible.
So altering her stuff is fun. I don't think I used black ink in this at all. It's just so beautiful.
It's so light and airy.
If you have Obero Breezecaller, a Spring Heart Nantuko, a Talon Gates of Madara, which I altered, which is real cool because the foils are like $100 now, and then a Gaia's Cradle. As you're activating Thrasios, you can pay 2 of that from the Gaia's Cradle to bounce any land, activate it again, and as you're activating Thrasios and hitting lands, you're making 1/1s from Springheart Nantuko. You can then untap, and then Gaia's Cradle taps for more. So you're bouncing lands to your hand, but you're churning through your deck until you find Talon Gates of Madara, or you make enough green insects that make you happy. And then Talon Gates, you can bounce back to your hand and play it for 4 mana, and then bounce that as your land you're bouncing. So you can phase out all your opponent's creatures, make infinite mana, make infinite 1/1s, and then pretty easy to win from there, which is real fun. And also, Obero Breezecaller is it's fun to play cards that people have no idea what the heck they are.
Yeah. I my philosophy with Commander is every deck has to have some otherwise terrible cards. Like, it has to have some cards that are just like weirdos.
People leave your things alone.
Yeah.
And that's a good reason to play Ardenn as well.
Yeah.
People don't take it seriously until they do.
Mm-hmm.
A couple more combos because, like I said, we're playing in tournaments, so we are trying to win. So there's a lot of combo lines. Kinnan and Basalt, which I have altered. I put the other Basalt that is altered onto the face of Kinnan and full art. And Basalt Monolith, I wanted the original version. Those are very good.
So this is a classic combo. So just to talk it through really quickly, Basalt Monolith taps for 3.
Untaps for 3.
Untaps for 3. And Kinnan makes it tap for 1 extra mana. So basically you can tap and untap endlessly and get infinite mana for Thrasios.
Right. So sorry, I'm just running through because they're like
good.
Easy cEDH lines sometimes. So I know that you don't have just cEDH players listening.
Mm-hmm.
So Kinnan also is just very good because you play things like Enduring Vitality, which gives all your creatures tap to add a mana of any color. Kinnan now doubles that.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you're living in a Thrasios world where people are just kind of trying to draw cards and pass the turn, which is what a lot of cEDH is now, you're going to be doing that way harder than everybody else. You don't really activate Kinnan in this deck, but he's just, I mean, these cards alone are great for him, as well as any other mana rock that's in the deck.
So I'm just curious, when you sit down in a pod, do you tell people in advance, oh, this is a beautiful proxy deck, or do you just start playing and let people notice?
It's always bracket 5.
Yeah.
I never bring this into anything else. And then I don't say anything about how everything is altered. And then if someone asks, you know, I go, oh yeah, that's me. I painted all these, and normally gets a pretty good reaction.
Yeah. They're amazing.
Yeah, well, they're gorgeous. Yeah, I love it when I sit down and someone's got even like an altered card. I'm like, ooh, pretty shiny jewel.
Or signatures too. I love signatures.
Now we're getting a little bit more signed stuff. So like a lot of like the classic staples are signed and foiled. I love foil retro. I'm an old player as well, so you know, Urza's Legacy, Urza's Destiny really was when I started really taking Magic seriously. So foils are a big deal for me. So these are they just feel correct.
I agree.
This is a line that's a little muddled, but it's if you have Valley Floodcaller, which is a 2/2 otter for 3 with flash. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, or you can cast non-creature spells as long as they have flash. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, birds, frogs, otters, and rats, which is a good amount of birds in this deck, you get to give it +1/+1 and untap them. So if you add a Retraction Helix or Banishing Knack to any of those otters or frogs, you can then tap that creature to bounce any permanent.
So a 0 mana artifact.
Which is a 0 mana artifact. You can tap it for mana, bounce it, play it again, untap that creature, play it again, make infinite mana that way.
Oh, cool.
Valley Floodcaller also allows you to, I just finished this Banishing Knack last night. I think it looks awesome.
Looks very cool.
Yeah, because it's my copy, I don't care about like covering a lot of the art. A lot of the like text. If it's for tournament, I used to be a judge way back in the day. Covering text is tricky because you're trying to like gain an advantage.
Right.
Also, if you change the art from the art that everyone knows, again, this is an old rule because now secret layers exist, but if you change the art too much, you're also trying to gain an advantage.
Right.
So judges might not allow that in a tournament, you know, because if you change a Rogue Rack to look like an Elvish Mystic, then you attack and someone's like, cool, I won't block.
Yeah.
Right, or the famous Dryad Arbor looking like a regular forest and then suddenly coming up as a blocker.
So I try to, I love art replacements, but I love extending the art fully. So you know exactly what you're looking at over webcam or across the table. But it's borderless and the art goes everywhere.
Yeah, for the listeners, like the art box changes a little bit in most cases here, but what's happening is you've extended the art into like the border, through the nameplate, through the borders of like the old frames. Yeah,
it's really weaving the text box of the card with the art of the card.
Yeah, the Valley Floodcaller, like the wave is just going over the mana cost, and I just made sure the mana cost is
So what are the rules for altering now? Like if you want to play an altered card.
So the number one rule is you go to a judge and go, hey, I have some altered cards. Can you do a test? They're like, would you like to look at them? And normally they look at them and they put it in a pile of like 10 cards with one being the alter. And if they shuffle them and can't tell while it's in the deck, it's normally fine. Okay. So if it's nice and thin, it's not thick, doesn't give you an advantage like that. Normally they're fine.
Now, what if you cover up some of the text box? Is that okay?
For the most part, that's not tournament legal. Again, it's if you're playing at your LGS and it's an FNM and you're,
right,
someone they trust, you're not trying to do something messed up. But if you go to SCG Con, they might not want it.
Okay.
I know that Wizards printed a version of Omnath that was textless. That must be, which is ridiculous. That's just like absurd. But I assume that is tournament legal.
That one's tournament legal, but Wizards are everyone's daddy, so we have to listen to them, and whatever they say goes. It's what they do, Cryptic Command. That was the first.
Oh yeah.
Right.
The most complicated card that gets played in everyone's deck. No one knows what the modes are. That one hurt.
Yeah, my textless Ice Cauldron doesn't see a lot of use.
So, just getting down to the cEDH part of how do you win at instant speed with Valley Floodcaller if we're doing this not at combat and you go infinite.
So Valley Floodcaller lets you cast non-creature spells as though they had flash.
Valley Floodcaller lets all your non-creature spells have flash. So you play a Smothering Tide, you play a Fairy Mastermind. Well, you don't need these things, but this is a way to win at instant speed.
Which has flash on its own because the Valley Floodcaller doesn't give it flash.
Yeah.
Fairy Mastermind has flash, and it has a lot of text, but mostly it says 4 mana, each player draws a card.
Right.
With Training Grounds, all of these allow you to run through everybody saying everyone draws a lot of cards, including me, but you're making a mana every time. So you're becoming mana positive on that. And then if you play a card like Endurance, which allows you to shuffle your graveyard into your library, you can make everyone draw their deck, but you're drawing your deck and shuffling the graveyard into the library infinite times.
Okay, so you mill them out. And it's another,
you mill everybody out.
And it's also another infinite mana outlet, which is what the deck is trying to do already.
At instant speed.
At instant speed.
So this is the way you can win at instant speed versus doing it on your main phase 1, which most of the time you're going to do it on your main phase 1 and then attacking everybody.
Right.
But this is a very clean way to do the other way.
So you could try this at the end of someone's turn, and then if it's somehow stymied, you untap and try again.
Exactly.
Or you do this over top of someone else. Ideally, they go for the win, and then you respond by winning with this line.
Exactly.
Nice.
And again, every card in this deck, very, very few are just doing one thing. Everything is helping itself.
Right.
Everyone's playing well together.
So a lot of synergy.
Smothering Tide, Fairy Mastermind, Endurance, and Training Grounds are all incredibly good cards. So why to play Ardenn is something that I know you've brought up because he's amazing. I think he's really cool. What makes Ardenn good and what stuck in my mind is that he's 3 mana. So for 3 mana, I can play an Eldritch Evolution, which is a sorcery for 3 mana, 1 and 2 green. As additional cost, I have to sacrifice a creature. But then I get to search my library for a creature card, X or less, where X is 2 plus a sacrifice creature value. And then put that on the field. So if I sacrifice Ardenn, I can run through my entire deck and find a Seedborn Muse, which I have.
Beautiful.
And once you get a Seedborn Muse and Thrasios out and have a Gaia's Cradle or something close to it, it's pretty close to you winning.
Right.
You get, I saw someone put, you have 400% of your turn.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody else's turn is also your turn.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty much drawing 2 cards for 4 mana, looking at 1 card and then drawing the other. I'm gaining crazy value. So Ardenn gets me Seedborn Muse very easily.
Right. So and it's a nice little curve. You play Thrasios, then Ardenn, then Eldritch Evolution or whatever. I'm just trying to summarize this also for the people who are listening at home so they can follow it. Oh, that's really cool.
That's a good use for Ardenn. And then because he says, hey, what about equipments and auras? No one remembers the aura. I just won a game in that tournament because no one remembered the aura as part of it. But Ardenn I'm running only 3 equipment. It's Helm of the Host.
Mm-hmm.
Ardenn does say at the beginning of your combat your turn, you may attach any number of auras or equipment you control to target permanent.
You don't have to pay for it.
Yours.
Ah, okay.
Oh, interesting.
So I could put a Helm of the Host on someone else's Eldrazi. Now I make a token Eldrazi.
Oh, I see.
At combat, I see.
And so if they try to attack with a Eldrazi, you just block with the Eldrazi they just made for you?
So it is on my combat.
It's on his.
It's
on their combat. Yeah.
Okay.
The Helm, but on my turn, I attach a Helm of the Host to someone else's Tymna. I make a copy of a Tymna.
Right.
Mm.
And then I don't really care if my Tymna dies because next turn I'm going to make another Tymna or something else because Ardenn just flips it around to whichever creature it wants. One game I had 3 Wandering Archaics, just because no one dealt with this. It was just on the Wandering Archaic. So Helm of the Host is really good for in the mid-range game or late game. You take the best creature and you just make another copy.
Right.
I find the line or player is really, I find interesting. And I'm not really sure. I guess there's curses or
there are auras that you can attach to people.
Somebody.
Yeah, so you could move your curses around, I guess.
There is a crazy curse for white that like humilities someone, but I don't have the stones to run like an 8-drop or whatever it is.
Right.
Yeah, Helm is really cool. It's just no one thinks it's a good no one is scared of it until I copy someone's Talion or something, and then everyone's freaked out. Or copy someone else's Kinnan and then go off. It's a lot. I run Skull Clamp, which is really good because as we get into the deck, you'll see I make a lot of tokens.
Mm-hmm.
So I get to draw 2 cards off of this just as a good card. But also, Orcish Bowmaster is a very annoying card. So
attaching that.
They play the Orcish Bowmaster. They annoy somebody. I get to put a Skull Clamp on their Orcish Bowmaster, and then I draw 2 cards for killing an Orcish Bowmaster for 1 colorless.
Right.
That's pretty good.
It's very good. Also, this is my only signature by Richard Garfield, which is
okay.
Cool.
Very hard to find him signing modern cards. He only normally signs a lot of non-modern cards, especially a foil playable. I was very lucky to find this thing.
Did you get him to do it, or you found it signed?
I found it signed. I had a friend who is in the signed community, and he just had it. And I had enough stuff that he was like, all right, you're getting into the secret binder. And I was like, I'm going for cEDH staple that I'll never find again.
No kidding.
And then I have Pip-Boy 3000.
Right.
Nice.
Which is another, we're playing cEDH, so everything costs 1 to 3 pretty much. This is an equipment. Whenever a creature attacks, this is a quick 2. I get to either draw a card and then discard a card. I get to put a +1/+1 counter on that creature, or I get to untap up to 2 target lands. We're normally going for the last one.
Right.
If I have Gaia's Cradle or multiple Gaia's Cradles out, I get to untap 2 of them with Pip-Boy. So it's like another Soul Ring at its worst.
Right. Yeah, someone said, like, what if we made another Umezawa's Jite?
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't kill other things, but it's just good. Even just putting a +1/+1 counter on.
100%.
Even Mind Sensor so it doesn't die to Orcish Bowmasters, or there are things. And then the aura part for Ardenn, Swift reconfigurations back again. You can play this as a removal piece. I played it on someone's Storm, stopped the Storm, and then I played my Devoted Druid on my combat attached to Swift reconfiguration, made infinite mana.
Right.
Nice.
So you get to reuse your Swift reconfiguration, as well as it not being Tymna, so everyone's not that afraid of you, and then you just pull a bunch of this crap on them.
So part of the joy of the deck is that it's a little bit of like a bunch of sleeper cards that people who, because in cEDH you're so familiar with so many of the lines that there is like a little bit of advantage to playing cards that people are like, oh, I don't know what the line is, or what are you up to? I don't know what to remove here.
Yeah, or you can politic by like, hey man, I'm just activating Thrasios once a turn.
Right.
I ain't got much, or I got Ardenn, I'm trying to put a Helm of the Host on someone's stupid creature, and someone's like, all right, they're probably an ally, and then all of a sudden you're like, ta-da! I can sack Ardenn, go get a Seedboard Muse, and then I probably will win pretty closely from there.
That's nice.
Going through the deck, there are strange things.
We like strange things.
I like the weirdos.
There are stranger. Yeah, these are the stranger things that obviously get played in cEDH. I'm at bracket 5. I'm trying to win these tournaments, but they're not something you see in everything. Drevi's a very easy one to include in every band deck. Drevi's just good. It's very good with Gaia's Cradle, because once you hit with creatures, you can put all the targets on Gaia's Cradle and then tap in between the targets. We also played the One Ring, which getting the signature was incredibly hard. I got it like right when it came out.
Very nice.
Martinale is cool. I have because I'm kind of scared of slower mid-range decks, I play Gilded Drake and Volatile Storm Drake.
Yep.
The Gilded Drake is the next one I'm going to get altered. Volatile Storm Drake I just did.
You're going to do Gilded Drake or get someone else to do it?
Oh, I'm going to do the Gilded Drake.
Yeah, nice.
It's easy enough and weird enough that I'm like, I can get real fun with it. Actually, Ed Beard lives in my town.
Oh, that's funny.
I could actually find him. I'm sorry, not Ed Beard, Bob Eggleton.
It's funny, whenever I do a semi-expensive card, because I do paint my son who's 12. It's like, Dad, that's like a $30 card. I don't know if you should do that.
The comments on Instagram and it's so good. YouTube people lose their minds, and I just use it for the clicks. I'm like, for the most part, this is either paid for by the client, so it's not my card normally, or it's my card and I can do whatever I want with it.
That's right.
Yeah, technically, altered cards are sometimes classified as damaged. So if you sell them to a store, some stores will actually say this is damaged and give you less for it, no matter how good the altar is. Oh,
anyone who wants to get out of Magic, I will always buy my altars back from them.
Of course, yes.
You know, I think that it's something that, because I sell enough online, I sell enough to make this a full-time job, you know, with my original art, that I'll take some back stock. You know, I go to cons and put them all out and I sell them too. So if you don't want your card anymore, talk to me. You know, I have a very good rapport with all of my clients. We're all just DMing each other and in Discord, and you know, it's, if you don't want it anymore because you're trying to get out of Magic, I'll give you a couple bucks, you know, to get out of Magic for
sure.
You know, bills happen. I get it.
But I mean, you have a personal relationship with those cards too. Like, have you ever like damaged a card accident or lost a card that you altered that you like, oh, I wish I hadn't gotten rid of that?
Oh yeah, for sure. Because I go through a lot of decks. This deck I love, but there's so many decks that I just like, all right, I'm going to sell off my copy of this, and then the card goes up, or I don't want to paint that again because it took me so long. For me, I remember the podcast for every like altar. So if I look at
that's interesting.
This, what was this? I was watching the Gemstones.
The Righteous Gemstones?
Righteous Gemstones. I was watching the newest episode while painting Volatile Storm Drake. So like in my head, I'm thinking of like these horrible human beings,
right?
And like the scene I remember while I was doing this wing, you know. So like I have that memory of all of them.
How long roughly does it take to paint one card? I know that's an impossible question, but ballpark.
If I'm jazzed on it and I'm going, probably half an hour to an hour. If I'm really in it and it's simple, like this is a pretty simple one and it was my copy, so for me, I'm kind of just flowing, having a great time. If it's a client, I'm definitely taking a lot longer. It takes about an hour to 2 hours. And then I have a client just sent in a pretty beat up Badlands, and I'm going to be painting on his, what is that now, $400 card. So, you know, I've done cradles before. I've done a lot of stuff that I take my time and I make sure it's done really well. But for my player copy that I'm having fun with, and if the camera's on, I kind of don't take a lot of breaks.
Right.
Yeah, I'll do half an hour to an hour if I'm listening to Righteous Gemstones and off to the side and everything. I'm in it. What about you? How long do you normally take for yours?
If I can say, I think mine are a little less ambitious than yours. Mine are very low key. I just want to extend the background. I do less of the like shattered frame and things like that. And I'd say it's about the same, about half an hour to an hour. I usually think about it as like making a deck rather than making like a card, if that makes sense. So I'll often also have like several sort of on the go at the same time, and I'll choose a few that have a similar color palette and sort of, if possible, do some of the rough shading at the same time, and then I'll focus in on one.
Very cool. Yeah, I mean, having the theme of the deck too, like you kind of know which ones are going to work well, like what the deck needs to be full art.
Right.
You get like kind of jazzed on that too, right?
And then I usually will mix in, so like if I'm doing a whole deck, every card has to be either painted, signed, or a secret lair.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's my jam, as you can see.
Now we're starting to run out of time, so before we do, I definitely want to like just how did you get into altering? Like what like were you a Magic player? And you're like, I'm an artist. Why don't I try some of that on this? Or did you see someone else do it? Like, how did this get started?
As all things creative nowadays, the pandemic pushed me into it. I was a bartender by trade. I did a lot of craft bartending in the downtown area here in St. Pete, which is we're big on tourists, and our restaurants and bars are, I think, second to none in Florida. So I was pushing out really good cocktails, and then pandemic hit. And even though we're in Florida, we still had to close for a little bit, not too long, but so I said, all right, let's focus on the art and take my eBay and my Etsy seriously, and put up a couple rough drafts and put them up for $30, and those sold, and then put up your next batch for $40, and then start opening up for commissions, and got into enjoying the act of social media, enjoying taking videos. And now it's full-fledged. I make art full time. So it's a regular 9 to 5 for me. I wake up, pour myself coffee, make art, ship everything out, and then take videos and then go to sleep. So
awesome.
That is pretty amazing. And how'd you get into Magic?
When I was literally 7 years old, my friend showed up with a couple packs of Ice Age, 5th edition, 4th edition around that time. And we had no idea what the heck happened. We thought walls, when it blocked, would kill your creature. This is a 0/7.
It runs into the wall.
Yeah, well, if you ran into a wall, you'd die.
Right, so we just made wall decks at each other. And then as we grew up, we learned more and more. And then around middle school, everyone was getting into Pokemon because that was popular at the time. I'm 37, so Pokemon was coming on strong when I was in 6th grade. And I got into it, and I was like, this game sucks. Like, I taught all my friends Magic. I was like, this game is not fun. It's not intricate. The art sucks. So I got everyone into, playing Unholy Strengths, and got everyone into the demonic stuff.
There aren't many pentagrams in Pokemon, I will say that.
Needs more.
Yeah, and I just never stopped. I never stopped playing Magic. A little bit when I was in my teenage years, once I discovered what girls were. But other than that, going strong.
Nice. Well, maybe we can sort of speed through the rest of the deck.
Yeah.
I'd love to see more.
All right, so I'll go quickly. So because I'm making a lot of mana, that's all I'm trying to do. I'm playing Earthcraft, which lets me tap an untapped creature to tap a basic land, which is also a combo piece if you want it. I'm playing a Candelabra of Thanos for all the old heads. 1 mana, tap it for X, untap X separate lands, which can go infinite with Valley Flood Color and a bunch of stuff. Playing Sowing Myco Spawn, which just got banned in Legacy, RIP the King. That goes and gets Gaia's Cradle or anything that... it's very land-centric, this deck. I'm running 29, which is big for cEDH. Also running Crop Rotation to go get you all that stuff.
I was going to ask if Crop Rotation was in there. Of course it would be.
And then we'll just show the Sylvan Scrying, which I just painted.
Ooh, that is very nice. That's a great extension.
Is this the sort of deck where you stumble across combos? Like where you're like, oh, hey, this plus Devoted Druid plus this combos? Or do you pretty much know exactly what's going to happen?
Well, because I'm running the Drakes and a couple clones, someone will play one of my combo pieces or something that does go off, and I'm like, wait a second. I can bounce this infinitely. Like, it's tough to figure out the lines, but someone plays someone plays a Kinnan on their side. I can play a Drake, take it.
Right. Helm of the Host is who.
Yeah. I'm trying to make as many tokens as possible, so I'm trying out Wizened Mentor, which is really cool.
I actually thought that was a unexpected include when I was going through the deck list.
I've tested it. You put it down turn 2. By turn 3, you have like 3 zombies plus him. Like, your Gaia's Cradle is going to be very happy. Your Skull Clamp's going to be very happy for you. Like, this guy's awesome, and like you said, no one's going to take care of him.
Right.
Until you've made 10 zombies. And then with Earthcraft, they're all tapping for a blue mana. You know, it's pretty crazy. Here's the Voice of Victory. It's on its way to me. I have a non-foil coming so I can alter it.
So I think we actually said this in our first recording. Well, not recording because we weren't recording. But at the pre-release, I picked one up for $8 Canadian, and it's already up to 22 at the same store. I should have bought all of them.
It's so good.
It goes in like almost every deck I have that could play it.
It's a pretty good one for white.
Good for cash, good for cEDH.
Yeah, it just makes sure you can do what you want to do, and that's the way EDH is turning into now. They don't want too much interaction. They want you to have fun, and she seems to be having a great time. So
also Mobilize too is just
it's
useful.
A nice bonus. Even if that wasn't there, it'd still be pretty good.
So good, especially because I want to run. You
want those tokens, so,
You can tap them for mana. You can Skull Clamp them.
Yeah,
if they
I got
survive.
Gaia's Cradle ready to go, and then I Skull Clamp them away, and I'm pretty happy. I just made 2 mana and drew 4 cards. I just drew 4 cards for free because the Gaia's Cradle taps for 2 extra.
Exactly.
Card's good. Along with the Candelabra, Magus of the Candelabra,
right?
Kind of just the same thing. Because I'm in not 4 colors, I'm running Shifted Woodlands, which again is insane. To make a Kinnan from the graveyard that someone countered.
Well, I was gonna say you must also sometimes lose your Gaia's Cradle. Like,
yes,
yeah,
for sure. The Seiju is real. So I also have 2 ways of untapping it in the land. So I have Deserted Temple to tap 1 and untap a land, and tap a blue to untap a target legendary permanent in Minamo. So I can make a lot of mana once I find all these. More things to get Cradle, because that's literally what the deck is trying to do. I have Wargate. So for 3 mana, I can go get my Cradle or any combo piece I need, which is really nice. I have Growing Rights of Itlamok in case one Cradle isn't enough. I can make 2 Cradles.
Mini Cradle. Technically better than Cradle because you can also tap it if you have no creatures.
It's so good. And it draws you a card pretty much too. You get to look through and get a creature from the top of your library. Archdruid's Charm does everything, including get your combo pieces, remove everything. It's so good. Gets you a tapped Cradle, and then Pit Boy will untap it. Port of Calling, I think we're right now in the normal cEDH land. So I'm going to go through either incredibly quickly or not at all and just show you my alters. All right. So you have this is like the normal cEDH core of the deck, which is important because you are going against very, very tuned decks. So I have a couple things that are just foil, retro foil, because I love those. Got the best Chromox ever signed.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
My Flare is foiled and signed, coming back to me.
That was the 30th anniversary Chromox, yeah?
Yeah.
The secret lair, not the 30th anniversary.
Yes, not the anniversary set. Yes, that's right. It's the secret lair.
The amazing $1,000 pack set. This is the secret lair.
Swan Song, again, I love getting the signature. This one's kind of in there all crazy, but he's one of my favorite artists as well. Warbacher. He's all digital, which is crazy. You would never know he's fully digital.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Offer, Urza's Saga. Again, these are signed because they're kind of like the just staples. So I just get them foil and signed. So they're very expensive and very cool.
And you're also doing the 3D signatures, I noticed too.
Yes, shadow signature.
Yes, that's it.
Because I only use gold, so I get gold signature, which are foily signatures too, and then black shadow underneath, drop shadow. I just got this Mox Diamonds. Heck yeah!
Wow.
And who's it signed by?
Signed by Frazier.
Frazier, wow,
amazing.
Yeah, and it's real messed up on the back, but the front is really nice and it's flat. I was very happy with this pickup.
Yeah, I always paint damage cards. I always look for the little, the ones where I can sort of repair it a little bit. But these are like really nice.
They look great. They look like in great shape.
Thank you. Speaking of picking up stuff when they were nothing, I picked those Mental Misstep and it was like $10. Now it's $100.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet.
And it's got a cat on it.
Yeah, exactly. And this artist, I can never say their name, Ori Tour. Find her on Instagram, Facebook. I think she's Chinese. Unbelievable art.
Wow.
So this is like arguably one of her worst pieces.
Okay.
It's mind-blowing. You will go into your phone and not leave. She is an incredible artist.
I have an art question for you.
Yes.
Original Stasis artwork. Amazing or terrible?
Valid. It's valid and it's fine.
Okay.
Don't you come after my beautiful Stasis.
I think it's amazing. I think it's one of my favorite arts, but I often see it in the worst art list, and I'm just curious. I think it's great.
I'd be surprised. Like, it feels like they would never put that in a main set, but you might see it in a secret layer now.
What's what is it? Celestial Star? I think that's the worst one.
Oh wait, now I gotta look this
Celestial
up.
Star, is that what it's called? Oh my god. It's an ABU card too. So it's I cannot find it now.
Do you mean Celestial Prism?
Is that what it is?
It might be the artifact.
Yeah. Yep, that's the worst art in Magic.
That is pretty bad.
I like this artist.
It's a little bit of, it's a little bit like naive art.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't actually dislike it. Technically, not the most advanced, but I kind of like it.
But
actually.
I mean, ABU has like that charm of being so like innocent, right? Like they had no clue. Exactly. They had no clue what it was going to turn out to be.
That's why you can't come after Stasis. If we're going to put Stasis on our shocking block, I'm going to talk about Celestial Prism.
I might edit this out, but if you, Amy Weber sells signed and altered cards herself to this day, and they're nutso. Like she went on a crusade against the men of Magic a couple years ago because they were like mansplaining how she shouldn't use oil paint on the back of her artist proofs. And she went nuts and like left the art scene because of it. Oh, okay.
It like broke my heart,
That's a shame.
It broke my heart. She's like, what do you talk like? She's just such a nice lady, and she's like lost her mind from the community. I love all art that's especially in Magic because it's so substantial, like it's printed 1 million, maybe 1 billion times, some of them, but it's like there's so much subjection in art and people just want to like tear down so much art. It sucks. Yeah.
I think people can get really judgmental about like, even art was like, well, I could do that. And it's like, I don't know that you could.
I think they also focus on this like idea of photorealism being the end goal. And to me, it's not at all. It's like expression and energy. And like, if I look at something by Amy Weber, I find it has this energy that feels like it's made by a human.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like you could replace it with AI.
Oh, you can see like the fibers in the canvas that they use for a lot of alpha, beta, unlimited stuff. And like, that's real. That's a real piece of art. I mean, I would never talk any trash about anyone using digital art. Like I said, Moorbacker's awesome, but like, it's real. And back in the day, it was like, hey, let us just take a scan of this and give you some money. It's already pre-done stuff, like I'm sure her Celestial Prism may have already been done. And she was just like, yeah,
go for
let's
it.
Monetize it.
I mean, one of the great things about Magic is that there are so many reasons to love it. Like if you're a collector, it's going to tickle your bone. If you love art, it's going to tickle your bone. If you love worlds and imagined creations, and that's also going to be. If you like competitiveness, that's going to be great. If you like social games, it's going to be good. Like there's so many ways into Magic to love it and to enjoy it that I think there's no wrong way to do it. Yeah,
it's a special game. That's why we're all here.
Yeah,
you're right. There's so many avenues into it and out of it. Like you get so much out of it in different ways.
Yeah, and everyone has their own relationship with it, which is something I think is really beautiful.
Yeah, someone's probably jazzed on Stasis, just like, oh, the best art.
I'm also just like I have a general philosophy which is more humanity is better in every way, and like this is an avenue for people to express their humanity and their creativity and
yeah, I like that. I use being genuine. That's what I've been saying. Genuine. That's what's missing a lot in a lot of people's lives. We all look at a screen for so long. Having something genuine in front of you is tough, especially if it's another person playing a game with you.
Yeah. I mean, that's part of the reason why I like Magic now too, because I could play an arena, but what I really get a kick out of is like sitting with my cards, shuffling them, facing a real person, talking to them, interacting with them. That's a great thing about Magic too.
Yeah, it's like a legit creative outlet. It's a way of expressing yourself.
Let's go through the rest of this.
Let's motor through it.
All right. That was nice. I like that.
Yeah. We'll definitely keep that in.
My dual lands, I did paint myself. I did a whole series of dual lands. So I have all 10 of them painted. This was when my signature was a mustache, which I got rid of. It wasn't. People thought it was like Nicol Bolas horns. I was like,
it's Nicol Bolas's mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now that I'm going by Hummingbird, I just do the H with a dot on it.
Yeah. But those are nice frame breaks. Or full frames, sorry. Extended
these
frames.
I just did. They're called floating frames in the altered world.
So the border is an extension of the art, but it doesn't connect.
It looks nice. And when you do the frame breaks like I do, if you screw up a little bit on these really tight lines, you just make the frame break, and it's like your little get out of jail free card.
Right.
Did you feel intimidated to paint $multi-$100 cards?
No.
Okay.
Because I knew they were mine.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I can rework this. It could be thick. This is my copy, and judges aren't gonna check it. And I had a set, and I wanted to make it mine.
Right.
And as you can tell by my deck, everything needs to be very personalized. I'm okay selling out of Magic, but there's like very few things I'll sell, like the last things to be sold. And these are some of them. So I kind of knew that these were going to be my legacy pieces,
This is a touchy subject, but like you could buy a car with the value of these cards. Like this is this is the most blinged out deck I've ever seen, personally.
Thank you. Yeah, I definitely could. And thankfully, I haven't been there yet. My kitten just broke its hip, so at some point, I'll have to spend a bunch of money. There's every human being goes through something, and I just had a client who they had a commission for me, and they email me and say, "Hey man, I need a refund. Like I just went through a bunch of stuff.
Right.
I got bills to pay. I just can't have this money be tied up." And right back to you. Like I get it.
Yeah.
It sucks being an artist in this economy, and in anything. Being an artist is scary,
Yeah.
So it sucks to see someone need their money, but it really put into my mind how a luxury these things are.
For sure.
I thankfully don't need a car at the moment. I have a car. But when that day comes, this Expedition signed Ancient Tomb might go to somebody else for $300. That is a great start, So.
And if you sit down with someone who's playing all proxies, I assume you're not judging. You're not looking down at them. You're still enjoying whatever they're trying to do. Yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely love that anyone can play a game that I enjoy, and I like playing EDH at the highest level. I have a bracket 2 and a bracket 3 deck going. I have Pauper, Legacy, Old School that are all proxied. I have all my 75 card decks are all proxied because I'm not going to make an Old School deck. Like,
right.
I don't got Black Lotuses just hanging out, but I want to play Legacy. So I have this really, really awesome, I play The Rock, including Blue, which is pretty much Liliana the Veil deck, and I love it. It's so much fun, but I have 10 duels in there, and I have not the money or time to put into getting those cards and then having to worry about them. So I have this deck, and that's my main worry.
So what do you have lined up next? Like, do you have another project in mind that you want to do?
Personally, I have a art show opening up next weekend, so I have to paint a bunch for that and do all my commissions for Magic. Right now, I'm about a month out as far as someone asks me for something and pays me. It's about a month to get a altar, and I'm right there. So I have to continue to work on all my people who paid me in the beginning of March. So I'm busy making art. And then, personally, I love painting. I go by Hummingbird in the art world. So I paint a lot of surrealist birds, and I paint a lot of like abstract portraits of people's faces or people without faces. So I am deep in making a spoonbill right now.
So where can people find you online?
You can find me, especially on YouTube. If you look for Hummingbird Altars, you'll find me. If you like doing the @, you put in the @ symbol, HUMM_NGBIRD. So that's Hummingbird. The first I is a period. That is what I go by on all socials. I'm real big on Instagram. I love Instagram's vibe. YouTube, I post almost daily. And, I'm on Blue Sky and all that good stuff. And if you want to get anything from me, DM me on any of those, or find Hummingbird Altars on eBay or Etsy.
Awesome. Well, I mean, thanks so much for sharing this deck with us. Thanks so much for being on the show. It was super cool to learn more about the world of altars and this fun cEDH deck.
Thanks, guys. It was really fun.
I have like no words, really. It's just... We're going to have to make a video version of this, I think. So
this one's going to have a lot of visual support because there's some stuff that we can talk about and try to describe, but it's just not going to capture it. You can find us on Blue Sky and YouTube as Untapped Libraries, and all of our guest deck lists will be available on our Moxfield account. Also, Untapped Libraries. Music is by Sparkling Water. You can find all of their music wherever you stream music. And we're part of the Podcavern Network, found at podcavern.com. Thanks for listening and keep building.
Have you ever seen those lists on the internet that's like top 5 sandwich toppings, top 5 movies of the year, top 5 celebrities who have a very punchable face? You know what I'm talking about. The point is, all these lists drive us crazy because we have no idea who made them and how they even narrowed down their top 5 list. That's where my podcast comes in. My name is Tung La, and I am the host of Ranked, top 5 lists of stuff that don't matter. In every episode, with the help of a motley crew of self-proclaimed experts, we debate, battle, and work together, showing you the entire process of how we got there to create a top 5 list of any and every topic we can think of, like top 5 brunch menu items, top 5 fictional dogs, top 5 90s songs, top 5 Steves? The list goes on, and we will not rest till we rank basically everything. So join us every second Thursday in the Podcavern for Ranked, top 5 lists of stuff that don't matter.
Top 5, top 5, top 5.